All right, Ryan, about 1 week in, sort of give us your overall assessment here.
Yeah, we've gotten a lot of good work, just in terms of situational ball, worked some 2 minutes, third downs, different areas of the field, and have a lot of the install in, both offensively, defensively, and special teams. So happy with where we're at from a mental standpoint. And we're just in the throes of camp. So you got guys that are tired and sore, and to their credit, they're battling and doing everything they can to be available.
You're working with the punters today. How much competition is going on there, and then obviously long snapper as well, holder, things like that.
Yeah, those guys are doing an awesome job. Obviously, Jack has a big leg and has got some experience, and so happy with where he and Ben are at. As our kicker too. So I think those guys will be weapons for us come fall.
You guys had a lot of success, obviously, recruiting and things like that in the offseason. Is there a sort of switch you have to make in terms of your general mindset as you guys step onto the field?
I'm confused. What's the question?
Do you approach like recruiting and things off the field like that? Do you have to have that same mindset, like the general mindset?
I'm sorry, I'm just not following. Are you talking about football or are you talking about recruiting?
Football. Like, do you approach things the same way as you would in, like, the offseason?
We approach football the same way as we do the offseason? I mean, it's obviously like you're getting ready for camp, you know what I mean, for the season. So you're working on different things. You're getting ready to. People are starting to keep score here during the season. So obviously intensity goes up a little bit.
Did you do some scrimmage work today?
We did, yeah. We still got in some indies, some inside, some special teams, but then we lined it up and played a little bit. It was good to see. Obviously, tackling on the first day is always a work in progress, but I felt like once we eased into it, guys started tackling better, and it was good back and forth.
Any standouts? Anybody really caught your eye, Ryan, the first 6 practices?
Will Hill's been doing a great job. He had another great day today. Tyrone Tracy, ran the ball well today. Some of the younger guys too are stepping up. Really pleased with how the corner room has showed up. It's a bunch of new faces, and those guys are in tune with what we're trying to get done and are competing out there. So it's been good. I'm pleased where we're at.
How much time are you investing into the return game right now, and who are you looking at to maybe be those guys and kick
Yeah,
and punt?
I mean a lot. We catch punts and kicks daily, and so we've got a group of guys that are fighting for the majority of the playing time, but I feel good about that group.
Can you speak to the health of the team, Ryan?
Yeah, obviously everybody kind of knows Jamal Edrin. Tore his ACL last week. It sucks. You talk about a guy that we had high hopes for and was showing a lot of promise and being able to be productive for us. He's got the right mindset though, and he's a young guy, so he'll have a great career here. And luckily for us, we're deep in that room. So guys are chomping at the bit to produce him for us, and will play good football for us this fall.
Is he out for the year?
Yeah.
I saw DeMarge's been practicing. Gus is working back a little bit. Salim Turner Muhammad.
Yeah, he's just nursing a hammy. He'll be fine come the season for sure.
You look at the outside backers for the way you run defense. How important is it that they're basically a combo edge, outside backer, and safety, corner, basically do a little bit of everything?
Well, yeah, they're edge setters and pass rushers first, and then they'll drop into coverage occasionally. It's just the threat of it, It's not their main mode of conduct, But they definitely got to be versatile and be stout, setting the edge.
What have you seen from the battles in the trenches so far right here?
Yeah, it's been good back and forth. Guys are learning that fundamentals and technique win. Everybody's athletic, everybody's big in this conference, and so it's those that are technically sound that will have the upper hand.
Gus was back out here today. You said Gus was going to kind of ease into it until the season starts. Do you feel good about his progress?
Yeah, absolutely. He's right on schedule.
Hey, just big picture, Ryan. You're a Colorado guy. Just your thoughts on what's going on with the Pac-12, Oregon, Washington coming, you know, Colorado going to the Big 12, just specifically with the Big 10. What do you think of bringing in these 4 schools now next year?
Yeah, I think it's good for the conference. You know, I don't really care what happens outside the conference, but you know, I think it's good in terms of the type of schools that we're bringing in, just with the national notoriety, and I think it adds to the strength of an already deep conference.
What did Freehill do in the spring to kind of impress you, where you didn't feel like we got to go find a kicker in the portal?
I mean, he's got a big leg. It pops off of his foot, and he's consistent as hell.
You feel like you got almost 3 number 1 backs, running backs, and can you talk about how those guys push each other?
Yeah, and each of them has like their own style, and you know, they have different strengths, and so it's been good to be able to utilize them in certain situations. And then, you know, Mondrell Dean, the freshman, he's a bigger back. I think he's like 250 pounds right now, and is very light on his feet, got good ball skills. He had a good day today as well.
How's Garrett Miller doing?
He's doing really good. He's close. You know, he's getting extra work. You know, like I said, he's just like Gus. He's right on schedule. Now he's probably a little bit ahead of schedule in terms of his progression. Obviously, Gus had his injury at a later date, so he's further along in the rehab process. But both those guys are on schedule.
Defensive line was a position you didn't have a lot of depth in the spring. Just the guys that you brought in and how much you bolstered that room. How big is that? Because you're going to lose guys at some point.
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. It was vital for our success. You know, the game is won and lost in the trenches, and so we had to shore up that position. And the guys we brought in are doing exactly what we thought they were capable of.
You going to scrimmage on Saturday?
No.
Okay.